There we go. Is this using my... Hello. Oh, there we go. Now you can hear me. Perfect. Alright, my name is Matthias. I don't usually put my voice on when I'm streaming, and usually I stream video games. But I'm bored. So I'm going to start streaming game dev, rigging, any kind of shit related to that. I'm just opening Unreal right now, but what I want to do is work in Maya. So right now, I had an issue where I had a bunch of FBX files and animations that were just broken in Unreal. It's a very specific issue. I think I posted about it on Discord. Anyway, yeah, they're basically from the root. They were on the different up axis, and the forward axis was different as compared to their T-pose skeleton, etc., etc. Anyway, I made a correction in Maya, and I wanted to export it like really fast because I have hundreds of these fucking animation files, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of these, right? With the RPG add character. These ones I did manually, which is like, I was testing how to actually get stuff working in Unreal, so I needed some animations. But these ones were done automatically, and I'm going to do a bunch of others. So, oh, here, I'll show the problem of that bullshit that I had. I think it was in general. Yeah. Somewhere here. Yeah, this is it. This was the problem. I can't right now, but I'm streaming. For fuck's sakes. People decide to call me at this time of night. Sorry, I have my hands tied. So let's get this shit started. There's the pipeline, but it's not the right one. There was another one, and if I go to maybe quick access, that was it. There was this. I want to go to this file. There we go. So that was the armed. And what I want are the files right in these, right? I want all of these. Oh shit, I want all of these. Right, all these things, but only the FBX, .fbx, right? So I have a code made. Right? This automates this shit. And it finds the files, and it does stuff to them. And it exports them in another file, in another directory. So what I want to do is I want to take the files from this directory, the only ones with the FBX. So let's do this one, right? And that's kind of annoying. So what I want to do is, can I do the dot replace? Probably. What was it at before? Double backspace. Okay. Dot replace the backspace with a double backspace. Does this work? Are we okay now? That doesn't look like it's working. Okay, so there's something wrong here. That's working. That's actually not. You know what? Let's control R. Or dir name. Dir name.temp or underscore temp. Control R, F. I can find all of these. I'll replace them with that. That works. Okay. This is dir name. I need export. Export path equals, and it's going to be all this place. Okay. That should probably work. Let's hope so. I'm just going to run this. Did that not work? Oh. It doesn't have the, it's not using export path. And it doesn't have corrected in here. But it doesn't need this though. We could just put it in here. There we go. Where did that end up? Did that not end up here? That looks about right, but it's not exporting to the right location. Before it was armed. I think that's why. I'm supposed to have that. There we go. Okay, so once that's done, I'm just going to switch from dagger to item, and so on and so forth. Basically just do them all. This right here. This right here. And I'm going to turn that into a variable. Let's call it variable. And ooh, that girl outside screaming up a storm. And we're going to format these with that variable. Et voila. So now these ones all get exported too. And I'm just going to do all the fixes that way. What's up, Ryzen, please? I didn't see you there. What else now? Okay, so one enemy mace, that's next. Guess these are attacks for specific weapons. And I'll just put this here. Once again. It's done. Okay. I guess next would be pistol. Rigging, man. The whole VFX and game industry is in fucking shambles right now, bro. You can try getting in. It took me a couple years after graduation, and even then I had to do internships for 2 years. I worked for free for 2 fucking years just to get the experience to join this fucking industry. And yeah, now it's just falling apart, bro. I think it's picking up a little bit. That's what I see on LinkedIn and the news. But until I get a job, yeah, bro, it's pretty bad right now. What do we got here? We got a reload. It's pretty good. I don't really need to export those pistols. I just need the character's motion. What do you need guidance on, bro? Like the best thing I could tell you is learn how to research. If you know how to research and apply that research in real life, you're golden. Yeah, man. 2 years is pretty brutal doing that shit. I'm just gonna do like whatever. I've saved up a little bit in my time because I've been doing this for quite some time. I've reached like senior and supervisor status in some of my contracts, so I've had a good career so far. I don't want to just let it go. And it's art, you know. I'm an artist at heart. This is what I do. If I do anything else, it's gonna literally like, break my fucking heart. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind building stuff with my hands, but I'm already in my 30s. That can be like back-breaking work. I don't mind though. I like weightlifting and shit, so lifting heavy it doesn't really bother me. It just weighs you down after a while. You can only last so long doing that stuff. Something like this is a lot easier on the body. You just really have to use your mind. So where were we? Pistol. Life is decent right now, I guess. I'm just taking it easy, doing whatever I want at home. Spear. Let's do spear. Just cooking, going to the gym, watching TV, relaxing. I've been doing a lot of game development. Like I got this little shit going on right here, where I like pick up items right now. I have a UI for my character, like for inventory. It's really, really basic shit. Let's see what I got. And I've been redoing the whole animation stuff because like I got a metahuman and when I turn, you can see he's like falling with his steps. I have to really fine tune this, but it's a good start. And I have a really fast walk because I need to separate walking and running as a state. But yeah, man, it's coming along. I can pick up stuff and I think I can equip stuff right now. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of lagged there, but I can definitely equip stuff. And the running, the running needs some work. The back and the side is a lot better. So I'm using like motion matching and shit right now. It's just a new system in Unreal that I'm not familiar with. I'm used to like state machines. Yeah, right. Physical activity is very important. Like going for walks is underrated too. I played tennis a little while ago. I haven't done that since like high school. That shit was fun. I wish I had more people around in my city to play with. I live in Langley, and it's like retirees or newlyweds here. But yeah, yeah. There's no real like couples or singles here that don't have kids, and everyone else is just like a fucking teenager going to school. So I'm really out of my element here. The city was way better. I live in Langley, and that's like 45 kilometers away from Vancouver. Vancouver is so much better, but it's so fucking expensive, dog. Crazy expensive. Alright, so we got spear. What else we need? Sword. So, I don't know. I ain't really got anything better to do than just shit right now. So, I'm. I think I'm just gonna keep following along with this at this point. I'm tired of playing video games. I'm tired of watching TV. There's nothing on Netflix or Prime anymore. I basically just canceled all my fucking subscriptions. And this is a chance. I think this is a chance to do something. So we'll see how it goes. All right, look at that shit. All right, let's go. So that was one-handed sword. Let's do axe. Got one, two-hand axe. So that's what I really like about this pack. There's a bunch of animations that are very specific to different weapons. And that's what I really want. I didn't want to lose these bad boys. Because I paid good money for them. Yeah, social media is fucking crazy now, man. All I see is like men hating women, women hating men, women taking advantage of men, and then I really like the stupid shit I see. The fucking dumb, chaotic shit, but like that only entertains for so much. And then the rest is just like political stuff, and I can't stand for it. I can't stand it. Everyone's a liar. And honestly, I get it. There's so much like money and power there up for grabs. It's hard not to be corrupt, bro. Like imagine all that stuff is just right in front of you, up for grabs, and then it's not like you gotta pay for it. All your citizens are gonna pay for it, and it's just so easy. It's so easy. You just behind closed doors, 25 million, keep your mouth shut, walk away. How easy would that be? You buy like 10 houses for your family right there, 25 million. Bam. That's crazy money. And who could say no? You tell me one person that could say no to that money, you'll understand once you're there. I get it, Trudeau. But at the same time, when you're not in that position, on the other side of it, you have to have empathy for that side too. Everyone's gonna see you as a dick. You're just an asshole. So, but at the same time, it's hard not to be an asshole. So, yeah, it's just a fucked up situation, bro. That's why I like art. Art's pure. You create shit, and yeah, that's the basis behind my passion. It's somewhat godly, and I think it's the highest form anyone can go for is creation. Uh, it really soothes the soul. You put your heart into it, your thought into it, your whole being, and you're gonna make something beautiful, bro. The hard part is doing it every day, I think, and like not feeling fucking down on your luck and shit and sulking. I think that's really easy, especially if you're alone. But yeah, art really helps. We got two-handed axe. Let's get the bow. So I think these animations are gonna be really fucking juicy, bro. I'm gonna be really happy with these. That two-handed axe had quite a bit. I think it has like its own idol and stuff like that because you don't hold regular weapons like you would a two-handed weapon. Fuck, I don't think I've ever had a legit conversation on this YouTube streaming stuff till now. Blender's free, man. Blender's free. I'm still using Maya 2022. And yeah, like you have to use what you can. I mean, I'm not advising to, but you could always like pirate, right? If you can't afford it. And Maya's still industry standard. So you can't go wrong with Maya if you know if you're comfortable with Maya. Blender's nice. People use Blender, but the idea behind rigging and modeling and animation, all of those disciplines are very transferable to other softwares. The theory behind it doesn't change. Skinning is a deformer, right? And there's other kinds of deformers when you're going to be using like wrapping or bends or uh, waves or all kinds of deformers, right? Like lattices, shit like that. So blend shapes, uh, and all these things are just theories that are transferable between softwares and Blender's more context based. So if you're going to want to code in Blender, it really depends on the UI you're on, like the user interface, whether in the viewport or in like Eevee renderer or it, it really depends what user interface you're on, what you can do in that code, because different user interfaces will have different classes available to them, I believe. That's what I remember from Blender when I worked with Tangent. I had a contract with these guys, and we made a video game together. I think it's called Storylines. It's been a while. I don't remember. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's great talking to someone while working. Like, I would just be sitting here looking at this fucking code work. I wouldn't be talking to anybody, just alone. It's per usual. Yeah, these softwares are crazy expensive, man. There's a lot of greed around, you know? It's hard to avoid. Let's see what we got here now. No one can afford shit down here in Canada either, dog. Everything's gone out of hand. There's no more houses here. Everybody's on the streets. I'm one of the lucky ones who saved. Uh, but yeah, not everyone's in my position right now. So I'm just gonna do what I can while I can. Hope for the best. If it doesn't work out, I might move back to Toronto and just get some general labor job and just have it crush my soul. What else can I do? Yeah, well, whatever. It's life. Survival, right? That's what life is. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say life's about happiness. And our culture here is, I think, escapist. Like, everyone's looking for either pleasure or some fix at the end of the day, right? That's why our fucking government gave us free drugs, I guess. Because they know that. They fucking know that. So I'm just reading what you wrote. Oh shit, you didn't write too much new. I was just reading old stuff. Yeah, it'll work out, bro. I mean, all these creators or what are they called? Producers and studios and companies. If they want to make stuff, they need people like me. So And people need entertainment. If people don't have entertainment, they start thinking for themselves. And then maybe they start like reading and getting smarter. And I know the government don't want that. So it's in their best interest to invest in these companies for entertainment. People need amusement, or they get mad, they get bored, they get angry, they get violent. Ooh, look at that crossbow. Oh, that's sliding like a mother. I hate that. What happened? So much for corrections. Oof. Well, whatever. I'll have to fix them up later, I guess. uh, what's next? We got the crossbow, we got shooting. Alright. Yeah, right. It's not a bad idea, man. Starting a gaming channel, just doing something that you're passionate about and having fun, and recording yourself doing it. It's better than nothing. It could be anything, whether it's gaming and or anything else you like, you know. Sorry, I was talking with my girl. Maybe I should turn my camera on, you know? I got this big fucking TV box behind me. But whatever. Let's see. This camera. Where's the camera? I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Oh, I don't think it's this one. Yeah. Actually, yeah. No, that's the wrong one. Damn. What camera being used? Hmm. I'm gonna try out a couple of the other layouts. Or here now. What the heck is it? Nah. Man. Can you hear me now? My bad, bro. I'm looking for how to set up my camera, but it's giving me a rough time. The other one was working, but not this one. I gotta send my girl. Did I close? I did. Damn, this one got a lot. What is this? The shooting? That one got a lot. I gotta send my girl the link to the YouTube. What's that? This thing. It's so laggy. Oh my god. I gotta close something down. This thing's gonna explode. La 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 la. We're quitting VPNs. It's good for now. Alright. We got a little bit more juice back. What the hell? Nah, let's go to WhatsApp web. Alright, I sent a link. You can hear me now, right? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can see you can. Sick. Oh, there's a... Oh. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. I need to deactivate the other cameras, I guess. Does I hit you? Hey, babe. It's on camera. It looks like I got. I think I can get it working. Yeah, I got it working. Okay. I'm too big. There we go. There we go. That's better. Let's get some water. Alright, so I'm going to move on from the shooting to two-handed spear. It's pretty cool. What do we have for shooting here? See the stepping for shooting, how flawless it is? And the one before that, it was like sliding. I don't get it. It's so silly. What am I up to? I am correcting all those animations that I was talking about before. So there's a bunch. There's like for daggers, items, maces, pistols, spears, swords, axes, bows, crossbows, shooting. That's one I just did. And some of them are quite large. Like, look at the size of this one. There's so many. I mean, divide this by half because these ones don't count. They're like metafiles, which are just kind of like caches. But yeah, for crossbows, there's quite a few. There's a bunch of them for all of them. And I'm just transferring them all and correcting them into this pipeline for my GitHub. So I have them across my devices. And I can use them in any of my games that I want to make. And now they'll be properly oriented, thank fuck. So yeah, I made a code. It's 3 codes actually that work together. This one's the automate, so it's the one that I run. The other one is the template code that imports my template, and then this one, the last one is corrections, which has all the corrections that I coded for each of the animations. So what it does is when I run the automate, for every file inside of each one that I name, right now we're on spear. So every file inside of spear that ends in .fbx, you can see I'm naming that extension .fbx right here. I want you to import, or I want you to start a new file, import the template, import the animation from this directory name. That's for each file, right? It already knows how many files are in there. So it's putting all that in a for list, right? So each file that ends with the extension. And we're importing the template and running the corrections. So we're starting a new file, importing the template, running the corrections, exporting it to the export path. That's it. And then that's how I get my fixed animations. It runs the correction for every single one. So I don't have to do that manually, because that would take me days. Probably a month. Instead of taking a month, it's going to take me like 1 hour. Well, one night. I don't know how long it's been actually. 45 minutes so far. And I've done one-handed dagger, items, mace, pistol, spears, sword, axe, bow, crossbow, shooting, and now I'm on two-handed spears. So I need staff, sword, shield, ladder, ledge, crawl, relax, swimming, and unarmed. That's what I need. Oh, I don't know about these. These were made this year. Oh, these were what I exported today. That's where they went. The first batch went to a random location. It's this one. Should delete these. I don't need them. Okay, so two-handed spears done. We're gonna do the staff. Yeah, it is a lot. Thank you. I've been busy. I've been busy while you've been away. Oh, I forgot I'm on camera. Oops. Forgot that. This sure does take a while. I'm doing the staff. Yep. What do you got here? Dang. How long we got for spear? Dang. Shooting. Nice. So it's two-handed shooting as well as single-handed shooting, which might be for pistols and oh, that's just two-handed shooting. So I guess dual-wielding pistols? I have no idea. I'd have to see the animations. I think it is. I think it has a lot to do with this. In case I want to make a shooter, which would be bad. I like medieval more. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, maybe if I get into it I'll start buying costumes for these streams. What do we got here? Ah, another slider, huh? What is this? Staff? My man with the staff, sliding while he's walking. Am I working somewhere? I was, bro. I was. I haven't worked since April. Yeah, I got let go in April. It's been a while. I've just been sticking it out ever since. Looking for work, looking for work. It seems like everybody is lowballing anyway, because they know all these artists are desperate for jobs. So they're like offering way below average. Yeah, bro, I've been laid off. It's been a while. I've been chilling here for a while, man. I don't know. I thought coding was supposed to like guarantee a job. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing in life, bro. Two-handed sword. That one's sick. I love swords. The computer science and computer engineering is awesome, but it's really saturated now. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing left but to create stuff. Let's put it that way. The rest of it's just not worth it. Thank you. I think I would be too. I have a lot of experience to share that I haven't. So I think I'd be a pretty damn good teacher. If someone would give me the opportunity to teach a class, I totally would. Maybe through my streaming, I'll be able to make my own classes, my own kind of schooling, I guess, where I teach how I work. I don't know. Everybody works different. The theories can transfer over, but yeah, everybody's gonna have their own style. Um, it's just kind of like getting to know someone and how they work, and then you kind of learn how to teach them because everybody learns their own way too. Some people learn better with like taking notes. Some people learn better with videos. Some people learn better with an example. Some people learn. Me personally, I like to learn with pattern recognition and examples. I love examples because that's how I find my patterns. Just looking at other people's work, what other people have written. Um, the why usually comes later, like the reason or the theory behind it generally comes later. But getting that pattern and seeing how it works is what's more important to me because I want to apply it. That's the only reason why I'm researching stuff and looking at stuff that works. I want to use it. I don't want to just like, oh, that's neat, and then move on. That's what I hated about school. They would teach you a bunch of shit, and they would never actually show you how to use it in a real world situation. And physics class was actually my favorite, even though I sucked at it. It's my favorite science because we would go out and experiment with physics, like velocity and stuff, like launching things. That stuff was awesome. Why don't you start YouTube of course. Yes, that's solid plan. I think it would benefit me to keep doing it live, and then later I can cut videos and then just put videos together using YouTube's like studio kind of thing. Because otherwise, I have to record it, I have to edit it, and then I have to upload it, and that's good and all if I'm gonna make like a complete course. Um, yeah, you know what? Each has its own benefits, and I can also I think download the videos I stream live and edit it later and make like a proper video. should make videos on how to edit videos too. I can make videos on anything, I guess. I've done all kinds of stuff in all kinds of softwares. There's Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, After Effects, all kinds of shit. Maya, ZBrush, Neobarek, 3ds Max. What else do I got here? Even Audition, Substance Painter. I got all kinds. And I don't think this is all of them either. Anyway, what else are we on? Everything about 3D. Oh, you've learned everything about 3D with me more than 2 years in college. Thank you. I mean, yeah, but that college also gave you a fundamental understanding of what we're talking about here, right? You weren't completely lost when I would talk to you about Maya when we first met. You had some sort of understanding about it, which is huge, right? If you had no reference, you've never opened Maya, you've never seen this UI, you don't know where any of the buttons are, that would be a lot more difficult. I think you'd have to start from like basic. Okay, you've opened the software. This is what you're gonna see when you open file. This is what's gonna happen when you click this house button, all that stuff. You're gonna have to go through each and every single thing, or maybe just start like, okay, we're gonna start from the basic and we're gonna create like a polygon cube and do stuff to it, right? Modeling in Maya. I guess you'd have to divide it into pipelines. So there's like modeling, rigging, animation, lighting and rendering, and then there's like VFX stuff with like Mash. But the VFX in Maya, I think, is so limited when you're comparing it to stuff like Unreal Engine, which is real time um, collisions and explosions and shit like that, real time rendering. You're gonna find a lot. You're gonna find it a lot easier working with Unreal Engine in that aspect. So like towards the end of the pipeline, you kind of want to shift into Unreal because Maya takes forever to render Arnold. It is such a pain. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We did two-handed sword. We got two-handed sword? Boy. Two-handed sword, look at that. Ah, oh, this sucker slides too. Oh well. We got the armed shield. Yeah, I agree. It does seem fun. I mean, like I said before, if you're passionate about something, and I am about this, it's not really work, I guess. I mean, it still is. You're working towards something. Art takes work. True art takes work. It's I guess up to the artist what they're trying to achieve, but that's my opinion about it. For some people, experiences just happen. But I'm not trying to make something just happen. I want to create an experience. And that takes a lot of thought and work and process and trial and error and effort and consistency. Because the type of experience I'd like to create, I don't know, it's something that would inspire awe the way others have done for me. I'd like to make something that could be truly appreciated. I know it's asking a lot. That's why it takes a lot of work. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever be done. This is like a life's kind of work. I don't know what I would do if I finished. This is my car, and I'm just a dog. And I'm just chasing the car. And if I ever caught the car, I wouldn't know what to do with it. That's the best way I could put it. But shit, if I ever do catch that car, I'll chase another car. Faster car. Bigger car. Armed shield. Oh yeah, he's not moving that left arm. I hate the sliding. Sliding really bothers me. It's good enough for now, but man, that sliding bothers me. Oosh. Hopefully motion matching can help with that. Ugh. Climb ladder. Huh. Climb dash ladder. Well, that doesn't exist. Oh, oh, they decided to go lowercase. Not very fond of the Switch, but I'll work with it. What do we got here? It switched back. Yep, everything is back to capitals. No, I'm gonna do swimming first. Let's do swimming. Oh. Oh yeah, it's swimming. Never mind. Ha. That's how it's supposed to look like. Sick. Alright, what else? So we did, let's do climb ledge, and I have to change that FBX back. Ledge. Temp name 2. What goes this? Okay. Oh, I have it right there. Climb ledge. Climb ledge. Did that not work? Ah, of course. No, it's right. I thought something was up. Oh. Nice. He's climbing all right. All right, climb the ledge. Crawl. Relax. And then once this is done, I shall bring it into Unreal Engine. And this will be like a record of corrections for me. Because I've never corrected animations this fast. This is great. Relax and unarmed. Relax, don't do it. If you wanna go through it. Just relax. What artist I listen to? Well, like music. You know, let me look at. I'm drawing a blank. Kygo, that's one. Daft Punk. These guys. Empire of the Sun. More Daft Punk. The Strokes. These guys are Slow Dive. And there's this guy called Ringo Jones who has this space trip chill wave synth wave kind of playlist. I think that's pretty cool. At one point, a couple of years ago, I used to listen to a lot of Manu Chao. Always. That was another one. Always. Alice in Chains, The Cars, Dragon Force, Metallica, Nirvana. Yeah, I think sums it up. I used to, when in high school, I used to listen to a lot of metal, like Lamb of God, Slayer, shit like that. Relax. And then unarmed. You wouldn't hurt an unarmed man, would you? I think if I could get a game to a point where I can do voices, like voice acting. I think that'd be really fucking fun. But man, I would need funding at that point. Because what is my plan for the night? For your night. This, you're looking at it. Game development is my plan for tonight. I have no plans for tonight. I have nothing better to do than this. If something pops up and I have something better to do, I might go do it. But it's almost 10 p.m. There's nothing gonna happen. Nothing. This is what I am doing. Thought I'd just stream this to see it's possible to do something like this, right? Because I never really thought about putting all of my files into a list and doing something to them. I would always do that to objects, but I never considered files to be objects, right? But they are. You can consider files as objects. And that's just what I wanted to kind of like show off in this live stream. I mean, no one ever showed me this. I had to discover this on my own. I've never seen this done before in Maya. I've never seen anybody import, fix a file, and export it as a new file. All automatically. It was always done manually. And I thought about it and I was like, that sucks. I want to fix that. Because it does suck. And nobody wants to do things manually 1,000 times. I mean, look at this. Unarmed is still going. Just like each file, those 3 steps of starting a new file, importing the template, doing the corrections, even running the corrections through script, just having to manually start a new file, import the template, you run the corrections through your script, select the what you want to export, exporting that, naming it, finding like the correct directory, naming it properly, and each file has its own unique name. Making sure all the settings are good, entering yes, and then doing it all over again, manually. Your hands are going to be dead by the end of the day. You're going to be tired. Look, I'm done. And I will show you everything I've done. So here we have these, these, and the one-handed are really short because the armed is already using one hand. But the 2 hands, look at that. Huh? How about that? 2-handed bow. I kind of already brought these in here before. I don't think I used them. Let's delete these. Don't need those. Yeah, the crossbow. Shooting. Damn, that's a lot. Look at that. And like you even have things like turning, right? You have little animations that are for everything. And I love that about this. 2-handed spear. 2-handed staffs. Sword. Staff is just as big as sword. That's what she said. And of course armed. And I put these in the corrected because it would have been a little confusing with all of these here too. But now that I think about it, I should delete these. And if I delete these and redo them, so let's do armed. And I'm going to delete the corrected. I just want them, like, you know, nice and neat. I'm going to be super, what is going on? Did that not work? No, don't want that. Regulars. There we go. That armed idle one was something I made. Stupid. What was the hardest part of coding? Starting. Always. Hardest part of coding is starting. Once you start and you learn the basics of it, naturally, sometimes through necessity, sometimes through taking your mind off of it and doing whatever, sometimes just sitting in silence, you'll think of your own ideas. You come up with your own things. That's how it works for me, at least. Yeah, definitely the hardest part is starting. Second hardest part, I'd say, is reading. Lots and lots of research and reading. That's what it takes to learn new things. You have to read it and then apply it. Like, more or less, someone's probably already done what you're thinking about. So, and maybe if they're good enough, they've written about it and documented it and put it out online, or someone they know has. But yeah, there's still a lot of things out there that would need to be discovered on our own, because a lot of stuff hasn't been documented. Think about like pipelines, like Disney or Pixar. They have their own pipelines, right? Tangent had their own pipeline, even though they kept switching it up. They had their own pipeline. All that's lost. All of their code and pipeline and tools and all of it's lost, right? But there's still so much information out there, so reading is definitely worth it. And a lot of that reading, it was done by those people in those studios that made their own pipelines that they no longer exist. Yeah. There's just a wealth of information to read out there. I mean, things like learning how to import your operating system into Maya, like the library for that, right? Because these are, I think, APIs, essentially. Or learning how to import your own codes from your own library, which is my library.animcorrections. I had to read about all that shit. And I read about it because I was curious on how to do it, really. It was out of my own curiosity and necessity. It's like, I want to do something, how do I do it? And I found out how. I wanted to make my own library of code. I was tired of using other people's code. And I was tired of having my code just sit there, and whenever I needed something, I had to go open one of these things, like a Explorer, and search through each of the names. Like, okay, I thought I had something about this, but because I wasn't constantly using my library, I wasn't familiar with it, right? I wasn't too familiar with my own library, my own code, which I think is a little disgraceful as an artist, as a coder, like you make your own tools so you can use them. What's the point of making your own tools if you're not going to? And that's why I thought I should make my own library. I should be able to import my own library and use it because I have great code and it's totally reusable in many different situations. And so I did. How do I import it? How do I use it? That's how you do it. Thing is, not everything is stored in classes. Some of that code is raw. So if you import it, it runs right away. Right? And then you can't import it twice. You have to reload it. So you have to do something like import imp and then imp.reload, which you can see right here, down here, imp.reload TMP. TMP is the template. And then right there, TMP, I'm talking about right here, TMP.import template. So this import template, close, open and close brace, that is a class that I made inside of the template script, which I'm importing as TMP. And then once I import as TMP, I just reload it because sometimes things get funky, so I like to reload my scripts. And then what I do is I call the file, because that's what its variable name is now, dot user class. The class runs, the code runs. But not all my codes are like that. And that's something I should fix, but when it's necessary, right? This just happened to be necessary. And what do you know? Look at all my armed animations, all done in about, I don't know, it took about like 5 minutes to do all that. It's really quite incredible. Okay. So. Oh yes, I want to save those changes. Some water. What's the hardest part of coding for you guys? Hopefully the animations in this thing aren't broken, because the names still match, but because I deleted the files before and then redid them, they might be broken. Oopsie. I made a poopsie. I hope not. Chances are. Yeah. Okay, so this one's not needed. This one I'm going to be using. Take that out of the way. I think Unreal Engine's opening up. Yes, yes it is. Oh, by the way, look what I bought. I bought this. It's deodorant? Dim? Yeah, it's deodorant. Aluminum free. All natural. I thought I'd give it a shot. Because the last time I went dancing, I did not expect to go dancing and drinking. But, whew, I worked up a sweat, alright. That's not the way. I was very self-conscious. By the way, I use your blue shampoo. Oh, sorry, a little yawning. It's only 10 p.m. But I get tired so quickly now. I think it's because I spend a lot of my energy during the day now. Or at least I'm used to. Maybe not today specifically, because today was a rest day. But when I'm not resting, I usually go to the gym and I push it hard. You know me, baby. I push it hard. And that just makes me exhausted. By 10 p.m. I'm ready to just like crash. And the only way I only stay up usually past 10 p.m. is if I'm extremely stimulated, and those stupid videos on TikTok or whatever the hell it's called, YouTube, Instagram or Facebook, whatever. Those stupid videos are the only thing that keep me up. That's what keeps me up at night. Stupid videos. Not anything super important, just stupid videos. I don't know what it is about them. They're very addicting. Like I saw this video of this kid with his bike on top of his house. And then he bikes off the roof of his house. And he nosedives into the pavement, like the concrete. But he was supposed to like lift his wheel up before falling. He didn't do that. What he did, he's just like went nose first instead of, lifting up the bike and then falling like that. That kid was not moving. He probably broke like every rib on his left side or something. Probably broke a collarbone too. He just smacked that pavement. He didn't bounce or anything. Oof. That ground just absorbed him. That brings back traumatizing memories. Never have I ever I'd have to raise my hand. Alright, what do we got here? Let's get my anims. Combat. Oh. What you? Yeah? Yeah, baby. Alright. Alright. Okay, so, what was I using? Here we go. This is what I'm going to be using, these guys. So, armed. Agreed. Let's throw them in there. Hopefully this doesn't crash. There you go. That's the one baby. Standing at a time. No materials. Yes. Import all. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, that's okay. I'm glad it's back on. I hate it when my electricity gets cut. Always upsetting. Hate's a strong word. I don't like how comfortable I've become using that word. I don't like it. Is more appropriate. Someone renamed. All right. Skeletal mesh. And physics asset. And we're just going to delete all of these because we don't need any. Oh. Did I just crash my PC? Oh my god. It's something. I tried deleting it. Did it work? Oh man. Not good. Come on, delete. What are you doing? Just delete. There we go. Come on.
Let's go. Chop, chop.
Sorry, I got a wedgie. Working in shorts sometimes sucks. Especially on a hot ass day like today. It was 30 degrees today. It's like never 30 degrees. It's unfucking heard of. At least here in Vancouver. I mean, BC. Yes, yes, I would like to delete these assets. Thank you. Bet you can't do that. Real fast, too. Gets harder the faster you do it. Gets harder. That's what she said. That was good. All right. G'day, mate. Say that right on it. Let's go. Let's go. I think there's a bunch of ones with like NCL in their name. Why NCL? Yeah, sure, save select. Save it all. No NCL. I swear I saw someone with NCL in their name. Uh, pistols. Those are not appropriate, I think, right now. Use a static cannon. Alright, let's delete these. Don't need them. What else we got? We're getting close on 2 hours now for streaming. I wonder if I should cut it short tonight. Backwards left. I don't think there's any NCLs. I could call it NCLs. It's funny. Alright, what do we got? I'd like to try the bows, for sure. Gotta have the bows. Got bows right there. I'm gonna have to replace those with shitty assets. I think I got more realistic assets. Two-hand bow. Alrighty. Let's bring her in. Give me my RPG. Bye. Yes. Tomorrow I'm gonna do squats. Tomorrow I'm gonna do squats. Lots of squats. Weighted squats. 225 pound squats. Hard squats. Extreme clash. What are you talking? Oh, the textures. Rigging work. I have lots of rigging work. Tons of rigging. But I already closed Maya, bro. You should have asked while I had Maya open, man. Shit. Tomorrow. I'll show it tomorrow. Because right now I want to like do a little something with choosers in Unreal Engine. But yeah, man, I got tons of rigging work I could show off. I like to code my rigs now, because doing it manually is boring and repetitive. Really repetitive, actually. That's why I learned how to code in the first place, because I was tired of doing things over and over again manually. That shit was just getting to me, man. It gets tiring doing stuff manually all the time. There we go. These guys will say goodbye. I have tried Unreal Rigging. It's decent. They made MetaHuman with it. It's really decent. I would need more practice with it though. But I think just looking at MetaHuman itself is an excellent like example where you can see what kind of nodes they're using, how they use those nodes, what kind of calculations they're doing in there. I mean, they have their own nodes, which are just like scripts, right? Classes, basically, that have their own inputs and outputs and basically things that they can take in so that they can do their calculations in those class for those inputs. Output a result, and then plug that into whatever you need, the controller that's rigged there. Um, Actually, the controller gets rigged probably good, because that's what's moving everything. I'd have to look at the UE rigging thing again. I could probably open it up right now. So I'm just saying goodnight to my girl. Let's find it. Just, oh shit, that's so much more. I love that. Sweet find. You could just toggle the filters. Ah, oh, it works for everything. Are you kidding me? I really like that. How? I'll show you right now, man. Okay, so MetaHuman is like, if you Google MetaHuman Creator, it's gonna send you to a website created by, I think, a company called Bridge. Bridge, these guys, they made MetaHuman, right, with Unreal Engine. They're working together. So you create a MetaHuman through their website, and through that you can download it to Unreal Engine. You can export it for Maya, like the information it has, things like that, right? So you can see how it's been done, right? It's going to give you a DNA file. I actually created scripts to edit those DNA files, but we're not going to get into that because that's a whole other rabbit hole. What I will show though is things like, here it is. Aha. What does that look like to you? So I'm gonna open this up and you'll see what the MetaHuman rig looks like. Even though I've been working with metahumans for over a year now, I still don't consider myself an expert because it's all so fresh. Maybe in a couple more years, I'll feel more comfortable claiming the title. But yeah, there's not too much to it actually. I was surprised. The face has a lot more, that is for sure. So if I'm going to preview a skeletal mesh, I should preview my own. Let me this character right here. There we go. Beautiful. So here we have oh, this is modular, bro. This is MetaHuman, but you can put your own custom guys onto this as long as the skeleton matches. So as long as the skeleton matches, this rig will work on any of your guys. I brought this guy in from Maya. He's a custom guy. So this is like backward solve, which would be IK, like inverse kinematics, I think. So backwards legs. Well, there's a lot going on here, huh? Yeah, it's got the blueprint and everything. It's got variables, different functions. So I take it back. There is quite a bit going on here. Yeah, if I double click on one of these suckers, you're gonna have all kinds of new stuff happening. compute pole vector parent. There you go. And then maybe I can find, oh, I don't like that. Pole vector parent. What can I find for that? Right here. So this would be like dragged out to here, and it has a bunch of inputs. And we can see you can add breakpoints, I think, so like these things, I think. You can add like items. Of what needs to go in. You know what? I need to study this more. To be honest. I am a million times better at Maya. But I do know the theories transfer over. I'm confident in that. We just have our own way of working with it. Like set up leg. So basically this is stuff I've written myself in Maya for my own rigs. Like I've written code, blocks and blocks of code that work all together, and you can edit at any point of the code, and it's all organized. It runs in a certain order using I think a JSON file. It runs through that JSON file in that certain order, and it is also reflected visually in the UI that I work in for making that code in Maya. Similar to this, instead of using nodes, it's like a list. Instead of nodes, I have a list. So that's the way I like to rig in Maya. And then I can just bring it in here and then do the live link with Maya and make animations, etc., etc. I'll save this out. Save this second right now. Beautiful. Blueprint. Oh. What is this? Glitching out on me. Blueprints. Let's close one. I started learning blueprints, I think, in school a long time ago. I used Unreal the first time around for about 3 months straight, and then I didn't use it for like the next 2 years while I was doing my internships because I was using just Maya and Unity. Unity is another free game engine to make video games in. So after learning all that and being very comfortable with Maya and Unity, I stuck with that for several years, and then I would kind of look at Unreal Engine because I knew it was the better engine when it comes to larger scales or scopes. Like if you want to make a real video game for PC, you go to Unreal Engine. You don't do it in Unity. Unity is more for mobile and smaller games. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the video game Outward. It's like an adventure RPG, 1 player, 2 player, and that's it. It was made in Unity, and it's amazing, but it could have been so much better if they had done it in Unreal. It could have been a million times better. It could have been like it is such a beautiful game, Outward.
they did a very good job with the adventure. It reminded me of playing Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64 for the first time. That's what it reminded me of playing the first Ocarina of Time for N64, where it was pure adventure and danger.
There's a real element of danger because you could die from starvation in that game. You could die from the cold. You could die from the heat. You can die from poisoning or if you get indigestion, there's like a percentage of chance where you might, if you're dying of hunger and you eat, and you have like a virus from like bad water that you drink, there's a chance you might throw up your food and you won't gain um, any respite from like the hunger. You won't gain your food bar won't go up. Basically, you'll still be hungry because you threw up. You didn't consume the food. So there's elements to that game that are really survival, and I love it. It's such a awesome, well done game. It's just too bad they made it in Unity because yeah, it could have been bigger. You know, it could have been better. They could have had better assets, better textures, better effects with the spells and the type of particle effects that they have. Everything could have been better with that game. Um, so as for Blueprint, I learned it between school on my own, watching videos and taking examples from these guys because these guys have their own blueprints. Like, where do I go? Go. I think that's just right. I go into here. Yeah. So if I were to go into my own or one of the MetaHuman kind of files, probably my own's better. I would find these blueprint classes, right? And if I just open that up, I'm gonna see what's good in here. Everything that they have. Yeah, it honestly never ends. I feel the exact same way. After 10 years of doing this shit, I feel the exact same way. It never ends, bro. You have to always be learning to be relevant in this industry. If you take off 1 year, you're gonna be so behind, and you're gonna feel it too. You're gonna be like, "Damn, I missed a lot. I'm so rusty." Yeah, man. There's been times where I took off a couple months. I came back and I was like, "Shit, everything is new." Especially when Maya converted Python 2 to Python 3. That was annoying. A lot of my codes broke because of that. So yeah, opening up one of these blueprints, you get to see your character, all that stuff. You can see what kind of functions they have, variables they have, components. But again, this is for MetaHuman. This is not for a video game. This is for like acting and live link and motion capture. This is good for attaching to those things. I want to do something different with this. So I'm gonna maybe take parts of this as an example, but what I'm really leaning towards is I want it to be interactive, right? I want you to have a control, move your character, right? Have him do stuff, be able to climb walls and things like that. Which was the whole point of getting these animations. Shoot a bow and arrow. And that was also the point of this. So, I have rigs, right? And I got this retargeter right here. And I can retarget anything I want. So what I'm going to retarget is a lot of stuff. A lot. Let's start with the bows. Like if I were to preview a specific animation. Look at that. Huh? Not bad. Not bad. Two-handed bow, activate. Let's see, two-handed bow, attack 1. Nice, huh? These are beautiful. I got all the chain mapping and everything, bro. So, I'm gonna take a bunch of these. For selected animations. Oh man. Okay, chill. I need to see where these want to go. Motion matching, anims, armed database, bow database, anims. Let's go there. I wouldn't worry too much about it, man. Like the whole you always have to be learning. What I said before will always ring true. If you're into this stuff, you enjoy it, you'll be fine. Because one big thing about employers is they want people that love what they do because they're going to always be good at it. If you despise what you do, you hate it, you're going to be half-assed. You're always going to be doing the bare minimum. No one's going to really like that. Like, why are you even there? This work requires passion. It's art. Yes. The one thing I don't like about Unreal is that it crashes a lot. But I would prefer a lot of crashing over what Unity was giving me, which like a fucking spaghetti mess with the files. You update one file and it has a bunch of dependencies, and it got really messy because I think I messed up my own project, but I got sick of it because it would happen often. And I thought it's better to have a software that just crashes on you and you know what you're doing doesn't work because it keeps crashing, as opposed to waiting. This was absurd because I would wait like almost 3 hours for a single update to a code, like even one line, right? A one line update to a code, just to see if it works or not. Waiting 3 hours to see if it works or not because all the compiling that was happening. I couldn't believe it. It was like going in circles and circles and circles, I guess, with the whole spaghetti mess because this thing was dependent on that thing. And ridiculous. I think my camera froze again. Oh well. I don't think. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but I don't think Blender will get over Maya because the industry is mostly dominated by older guys. the heads of studios, the seniors, the supervisors, they're all on Maya, man. The only way Blender will take over is if all those big guys go down and all the new guys are using Blender. Unreal is like the crash central of everything. It's ground zero for crashing. Some of the processes Unreal goes through is really heavy. But yeah, like, these are beautiful now. Let's check these out. Oh yeah. So animations, right? And you can also add like notifies, I guess, like events. Insert frame before move. I just don't remember how to add events. I'd have to Google it. That's another thing. There's going to get to a point where there's so much information you have to remember that you're going to just start forgetting things, man. I forget half the shit I read, half the shit I learn. It takes a long time and a lot of practice for things to actually stick. So I wouldn't sweat it with all that stuff. Yeah, man. It's always a work in progress. Just put it that way. So choosers and samples. Not samples, just choosers. What else? Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch. I have to do like crawling or crouching, things like that. There's a lot. Let's see. I have here. I have idle, the runs. I have idle and all the runs. All the backwards and forwards, left and right. For armed. I guess. Don't get the idle. Don't get the run backwards and forwards and left and right. Get all of these. Those should be good with the these. So now what would be next? I need to make post search databases and have the choosers choose which post search database to use depending on the conditions, like booleans, right? Like if I want to be armed, what kind of weapon do I have? So it needs to have several variables. It can't just be like press a button and you're armed, because like what kind of weapon do you have? That's also a variable that needs to be inputted in there. A boolean check, I guess. There's going to be a little bit to do here to make this actually fluid and work. There's going to be motion matching and motion blending, I think, along with using those trajectories. A lot. So, you know what, that's okay. This is part of the process. I want to get a really robust character going. Once I get this character going, I'm gonna add like, I'm gonna switch between adding environment and adding an enemy, like just one really cool fucking enemy, as robust as this character that I want to make. Fuck, did my camera stop working?
Son of a bitch. Small studios have been using Blender for a while now. It's just not industry standard, that's all. And it'll be a while before it is, if it ever is. Yeah, it is. My video is stuck. Maybe deactivate and reactivate. There we go. Done. That worked. But yeah, I want to make an enemy that's just as robust as this character I want to make, so that we have one big fucking battle, you know? A monster battle. Like, impossible odds battle. I want the enemy to be like 10 times bigger than us. We gotta really move to get out of the way to beat this guy and fuck him up. There's a lot to do here, and a lot of little rabbit holes I'm gonna have to go through to get out of game, because it's multiple disciplines that really, it's what it really takes to get something nice. So, one at a time. Post search databases, right? So here we have a bunch of PSDs for jumping, for local motion, for running, and then a post search normalization set, and then a post search schema. But what we want to make is more of these for different states. These things are what gonna be like a state machine, kind of, right? That and just using the blueprint for, or, oh, not blueprints. I think it's a little confusing. There it is. No, not that. So player character, right? Using the blueprints, right? Let's see. So this stuff I did build myself, but it's been a while. It's been, I think it's been a year at this point since I built this stuff. I've been working at this for quite some time. And what I had before was like I was using an animation blueprint with a state machine. But then Unreal Engine 5.4 comes out and they have all these wicked fucking animations. They're like, oh, new possibility, guys. This is cool. This is really cool stuff. It's a new workflow. Try it out. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? I'm nowhere near finished my game or whatever. So let's try it out. And you know, the animations are so crisp. I have never seen game animations work so beautifully with root motion. Never. So naturally, I'm like, this is it. This is the one. This is the kind of animation I would love to use with root motion and everything, man. This gives me ideas for like backwards calculations between like sending what are they called? Look, those rays. It's like sending these points, like these lines out to see if they're hitting back and what are they called? Well, anyway, to detect collision, right? To see if like you can touch and rub your hand against the surface of the wall when you come near it, or touching your shoulder and like it you like lean into something, right? When you go into it, your shoulder kind of like crumples back. Same with your arm or your elbow. That'd be cool, right? To have those kinds of calculations happen backwards as well, the same way the trajectory and the motion is going. You can see if you're about to hit a wall. Calculate that, and then your character reacts accordingly. Like they slow down and they kind of like lean into it. That'd be so cool. My video stuck again? That's annoying. Reactivate, reactivate. Maybe it's okay now. Yeah. I want to look into Python for Unreal. I was before. I was looking into learning CMD and Python for Unreal. It's something else, bro. Let me tell you. Like I was doing for loops and shit, seeing if I could print stuff out, and it was giving me errors. Source K rig is not defined. I was like, ugh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Because they have their own API, and honestly, it should be straightforward because it's Python. It's not. It's not. And neither is their API. It's not straightforward at all. So that's a learning curve for sure. Which is okay. Everything's a learning curve. You just keep beating your head against that wall. Eventually, something's gonna come out. Be like water. Like it's not the intensity of water that breaks the stone. It's the consistency. It's an everyday kind of thing that really cracks the stone of learning curves. So, yeah, these are the kinds of booleans we're gonna have to use for like separate attacks, things like that, right? And it's all gonna be done, I think, through the blueprints. 20 different animation montages, or maybe checking what. Maybe I can reference the chooser, check what state I'm in. Depending on what state I'm in, I'll play certain animations. I'm really gonna have to see that, how they did that. I think they did. Actually, I don't know if they did Wukong, like Black Myth Wukong. Maybe they did, maybe not. Doesn't matter at this point. It'd be nice if someone else came out with a tutorial on how to make video games like this. Right now, it's like uncharted territory, so I'm just discovering it on my own. I think I've gotten pretty good so far with the whole post search database and the choosers. It's a step in the right direction, that's for sure. Well, honestly, man, I think that's it for tonight. About 2 hours, 20 minutes, and it's almost 11 p.m. here. I'm exhausted. Have a good night, man. And everybody else on YouTube, I guess. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow or something. I'm gonna continue to stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna continue the game dev. Now that I fix all those animations. So, that's it. Bye.